In this video, I'm going to share with you my experiences and some tips on how to homeschool a toddler and a young child at the same time. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Grow with Kids, where we talk about our experiences, insights, and questions about raising children and traveling with them. I'm your host, Rena. Today we're going to talk about some ideas that we could incorporate while homeschooling your toddler at the same time as your older child. Now, whether you're a patient person or you're not, whether you like working from home or you don't, we don't really have many choices at the current moment because of the pandemic. We are stuck in our houses with our kids all day long. So what do? Well, we do need to continue on with our work if you're working from home. We also do need to continue teaching our kids. They have to finish that school year before the summer hits. That's tough, especially if you have never homeschooled, you've never done any teaching, and now you're stuck dealing with that. And then if you add on top of your older kid a younger toddler or an infant, you'll have a lot more in your hands than you bargained for. The one good thing that schools did was they provided an online learning portal for the kids. Most schools are doing that. They're doing online learning portals. When my older son came back and said that he had now school through online, we're like, okay. And then both my husband and I had to work from home. We had to set up an area, a learning area. So our dining room table is now our learning area, as you can see here. This is called the learning room. And every day, from morning when the kids finish breakfast till lunchtime is learning time. They know that. They have to finish their work by lunchtime. If there's any work that precedes that, then they have to do that before any playtime. If you're getting any value from this video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new, welcome. Why don't you hit that subscribe button so that you're alerted when new videos are uploaded twice every week. Now, with my younger son, because he's still in daycare and there's not really much of a learning curriculum, we had to incorporate some things. So we rely a lot on iPad, but we also rely a lot on books as well as cards to be able to teach him his ABCs and his 1, 2, 3s. These are the tools that I use in order to help me teach my toddler his ABCs and his 1, 2, 3s. Now, there are days when they're just not into it. My toddler wants to run around and play and do nothing but that. And he will not listen to reason. You're like, it is learning time. You have to come and learn. He's like, no, I don't want to learn. And then he's like, there's zombies in the other room, Mama. I want to sit on your lap. And you're like, okay. And you are here sitting in front of your laptop trying to answer emails. And he's there asking to sit on your lap. It becomes frustrating. It becomes something where it stretches your patience. But what I've learned is to just let those days be. If he doesn't want to learn, okay, let's put him in a different environment. So then we could take him out in the backyard, show him some flowers, get him to water the plants, something different, just so that it keeps him busy and preoccupied while my older child does his schooling. Then there are days that are awesome, and he's like writing out a BAC all the way through Z without any mess. And then when you're like, you've done it, yay, show that to Papa or show that to your brother, he's like, he has like a huge smile on his face, like, yes, I've done something big and accomplished something big. So you take both days as they come and just accept them. It, one, prevents you from going totally insane and bonkers. I don't even know if people say bonkers anymore, but bonkers. And two, it causes less stress and friction within the home, and you're still able to get some work done, and the child is still able to learn some. So you just have to go with the flow when it comes to your child's mood and what he wants to do that day. You want to make sure that they learn, so you try to focus and get them back into the learning mode. But if they're not going to get in there, you can't force it, because it's just going to cause more stress and more tantrums to build up. Now, what I found also helps is to incorporate learning while playing. So we have blocks like these, and we have a lot of balls. I don't know why kids are fascinated about balls, but we have lots of balls. And what we try to do is games where we like, if you find A for apple or B for ball, we're gonna give you some chocolate to eat. Okay, now this is bribery, but I think every parent knows that you can't really get away without doing some sort of bribery to get the kids to learn and do something. So bribery works. For us, it's either chocolate, Kit Kat, this is favorite, Fanta, okay, that's a whole different video that I'll shoot, and popsicles, pop. So those are the three things that they go for, and that they want, and they'll do something, some sort of a learning in order to get that reward. There are times when we're like trying to get them to finish their work so that they could watch a favorite movie like Shrek, or if they want Frozen. Frozen is a big one for my younger one. For my older one, it was Beauty and the Beast. For my younger one, it's Frozen, and then they could watch that. Now, if my older one has some reading work to do, where he has to read a book, what we get him to do is read it with his brother. So therefore, they have that reading time, but he also gets to spend time with his older brother. There are positive aspects to being able to homeschool your kids. One, when we first started teaching him ABCs, he did not know anything. He wasn't really into it. He didn't really know any of the letters, but now he knows all of his whole alphabet. He knows from A to Z. He's able to identify them, and seeing that progress is amazing. You're like, wow. And you get to spend time with your children. You get to spend time with your family. Your time is also being spent wisely, because you're spending time learning and teaching, so that itself is value added. But at the same time, you're also getting your work done. Okay, mind you, you might not be spending as much time finishing up your work, and you have to wake up late at night to finish up the rest of it, but still, that time you've spent some time doing your work with teaching your kids, and then spending time with everyone. Now, there's also negative aspects of homeschooling that I found. Because kids know that you're the parent, and you're not gonna like harm them or anything. Kids know your buttons to push, so they take advantage. They take advantage of which buttons to push and how to get mom to a point where she just gives up, or get to a point where she's like, okay, do whatever. I've had those. And they know that. But they also know that if they do something, they'll get a reward. So they take advantage of that. They know that, okay, I could get them to give me something that I want. Or then they could just say, okay, I don't want to do anything, I'm just going to go play ball. Or I'm going to go to the other room and do something different. So they take advantage of the situation they're in and see how far they could get away with it. So you obviously have to limit that, but at the same time, there are days when you just have to just let it be. The other thing I found, like my younger one now is trying to say that he misses his friends. He misses Shawnee, he misses Brayden. So he's trying to say he misses his friends and his school back there, and he wants to go back. So one negative aspect is that they don't have as much interaction with their friends. My older one says that he wants to do play dates. So he wants to have play dates with his friends, but we're not able to do that at the current moment. So there's that bit where they're missing out on the interactions, the social interactions with other kids. I'm only able to incorporate what I've learned, and only able to teach them what I know. So that's the one thing that they're missing out on as well, is different patterns or different ways that the teachers can teach them these concepts. I'm only teaching them what I've learned and the concepts that I've learned, but that's been a while. It's been a while since I've been to school, so new concepts have come about that I'm not aware of. So that's another thing that they're missing out on with homeschooling, especially from people who don't really homeschool, who don't really know how to homeschool. So we have to go based off of what we're getting out of Google or what we're getting out of all the other teachers, and just base it off of our own experiences. So there's that lack of education that they're missing out on. Hope this video was useful. If you have any questions or comments, don't forget to write them down in the comment section. If you would like to be part of this community, you're always welcome. So make sure to hit that subscribe button so that we could meet each other every week and talk about kids. And as always, I'll see you next week.